really well-designed set pieces that use initiation utility to put Koalanoob into good position. So let's see how they want to roll this pistol.
And you got to remember that in that TSM matchup, Disguised were unbelievable in their pistols. How big could that possibly play out for them here? And again, what would surely be an underdog matchup.
These early half situations, as again, they're just trying to play contact. Alarm bot is going to give it up. So it's going to cause a little bit of a rotation here from Riku, the new 5th to the team, taking up the Sentinel role from XXiF as XXiF moves to Initiators. Site will just be given for free, essentially, and it's going to be a retake set up here for Disguise. But again, they're a very methodical team in how they organize these retakes, so don't count them out.
Great shock dart comes right over the top, actually chunks out a good amount of health. Now the retake is on the way. Opening trades lead out as it will be M80 with the numbers. Nice shots from Zander in the corner, able to take down 2. And then how about the headshot? Puts Clear down to essentially 1 shot worth of health.
So, you know, definitely not surprised to see them just kind of come out brawling like that, and heavy rifle buy this round.
2 ghosts in the mix here, though, for M80. So they're really just looking at these initiators to try to get things going. And oh gosh, John is actually tagged Clear once again down to a very early critical health standpoint as M80 look to stack over towards A-Long.
Yeah, and Clear's the one you got to look out for. He has such an incredible skill ceiling, but sometimes the decision-making in critical mid-round chaotic moments just isn't there. And that's what we have to watch out for this matchup, as M80, of course, having that firepower advantage, steamrolling into the A side, no problem. But let's be fair, this is what we expected in a round like this economically.
Surely it would be nice to tally at least some damage, though, if you're Disguised, which some of it does come by Riku, but can't quite finish off John.
Side, so usually, you know, able to do very well. Now they already have both pistol and bonus secured. I mean, they're on a great start, but here comes the full buy from Disguised. Clear already feeling some pressure here over at Long A. He's got some support from Sewers as he backs away.
Aldrone to support, just trying to see if anyone's inside this dark cover early. Nothing going to get revealed here, though, as there will eventually be an opportunity here for DSG to try to reclaim A-Long. They're trying to get aggressive. Genghsta will drop in the process, though, and that will be enough for Koalanoob to assert some dominance here at A-Long. And, well, M80 look to use that as an opportunity to move their way forward.
Yeah, they're clearing out the double stack there with the Aftershock, getting a lot of space. Obviously, they still have the Killjoy, kind of making sure nothing's going weird over at middle, but Clear on the Sewers aggression, able to take johnqt down. But this is opening up the floodgates for the A-Long attack, because now M80 knows that that's vulnerable.
Over the top, M80 gonna get challenged by Steel. Oh, he only gets 1, but even that's not bad at all. You still have to deal with Clear inside a sewer. XXiF is standing with him, and as eeiu tries to clear out by himself, he meets a strong resistance, and Clear bounces right back in towards side. So now NiSMO, who is never allowed to plant, finds himself caught into a 1v3. The first one's good, but it's Riku from behind to finish off the kill.
That last matchup and reflecting on it, they're looking to play their game, and I love that early. As we are going to see M80 pivoting here into a C attack, just waiting for the smoke to fade, and then they're looking to pack a wallop here. But there are defenders on site. They're not looking to play a retake this time around.
No, this is all about contesting, and if there were to be any sort of defensive help, it's largely going to come around this long flank through spawn, which there is an alarm bot in the way, but Steel, first one tested, gets first blood. Flash is not really fully connecting. That was Riku in the corner, gets 2. What an absolutely beautiful defense. Clear's now inside. That's good to try to completely entrap M80 at Long. And oh man, the proactive defense really coming through solid. The Aldrone from behind puts johnqt in a pretty impossible situation. All the utility to funnel. And it's the knives of Koalanoob that have already gotten into sewer and Clear. Oh, he may try to give this a peek. And he may be rewarded for it. Shot just a bit wide, but does dash away. Help is here, so there will be no immediate onslaught, but M80 are not looking to slow down. Paranoia comes across the site. Cloudburst is trying to keep Clear safe, but M80 are still a little bit at range. Held by this nebula, so to speak. Clear, backside corner. Not able to fully connect on the player at Long, but the defense has a pretty solid idea as far as what's nearby, and as Koalanoob drops, the spike will have to retreat.
Yeah, I mean, Clear was doing a great job there just maintaining vision on Long A. He knew his teammate had sewers covered, so he could just kind of keep that op on that angle. Refortified. Now they're starting to clear things out. They'll catch eeiu stuck in the corner. Still got Killjoy utility to watch onto B, which is being attacked, but Riku ready for it. But he does go down, so the spike will be allowed to plant, and this makes things interesting.
Good shock darts though on the way through. Still an Aldrone left to be playing with, and NiSMO is throwing out everything. He does still have the Rolling Thunder, and yeah, he's going to position maybe for a chance to use this. So Zander with the solo rifle will play back towards Gong. You'll have johnqt kind of lingering in towards mid to make sure no one pops out through window or the offensive-sided doors of mid. But DSG largely coming in through A-Link, and here's the attack. Steel gets the first. Zander would have to double up. He's getting tagged up, and well, it's not going to be clean enough trades. It leaves NiSMO to 11 HP by himself. Steel will clean it up, and now how about this for DSG? Handful of rounds in a row as they will secure the defuse.
Indeed they will, but you have to also take into account...
By the way, but for the entirety of the series, M80 is the best team in full purchase versus full purchase rounds in the NAVCL. M80 is very good at just about a lot of these different rounds that look like this, and you can see exactly why. Just brute force, they break down the defensive setup at A-Long and in Sewer simultaneously, and that'll be enough for a plant, leaving Riku, new guy up by himself for a 1v5.
Yeah, this is a tall order, and you wonder just how far he'll even be able to get after that first one. Well, that's it. That's the limit.
The perspective of Disguised, Clear was a workhorse in that TSM match in week 5. So see if he can get hot early, why not? And that is full mid-map control. M80 are still looking for a chance to punish this, and Zander's done just that. Koalanoob connects onto Clear in through window, and that will pretty much put the round out of reach.
Yeah, it's Zander just kind of holding the back line, anticipating the aggression and knocking down 3. Trying to see if he can turn that hat trick or planting spike, which didn't give him the ult for the next round. So just attention to detail there.
Yep.
Well within that range with many rounds left to play. Genghsta trying to get something with this early Hunter's Fury, and he's going to find it, taking down Koalanoob. The tip of the spear has been broken off from M80. Not used to having that happen that early in the rounds.
Yeah.
They're trying to break some utility here to crack open the front door B, but actually it misses. The alarm bot still stands as Riku plays sewers to keep it active. M80 kind of just trying to figure out what they want to do here in the mid round. They'll smoke.
Notice that this sentry turret is here. Smokes are out. Rolling Thunder's in. That sends the sentry turret flying. I haven't seen that interaction before, but we had a good look at it. Aftershock trying to keep things at bay. The follow-up with the guiding. Flash not going to really do too much, unfortunately, in Disguise. Their defense, once again, unfortunately crumbles as the plant will get off and Disguise are left in 2v4.
I mean, M80 just did the perfect hit that basically bypassed their setup, right? I mean, it was a bait and switch setup on sewers with Genghsta just kind of passively watching the site cross from that closet position. All M80 members ghost. The turret never even gets triggered. It gets sent flying by him, Rolling Thunder, and it gets
okay.
Yeah, he did like a fakie off the box, so a little bit of X Games action there for you. So I mean, you know, yeah, I think I'm here for it. Like the turret long throw is a new game mode coming.
Yeah.
Problem is the killjoy's too far away to confirm it as the turret deactivates, and so M80 is going to kind of just slip in here, and it's going to be all down to the retake.
Oh, reactivates, perks its head up, says who's nearby. A couple of tag shots coming out, and actually does some significant damage, and as Genghsta walks in, he gets one, but the trades are immediate for M80, and we go to a 4v3. Clear still on the back. Oh, gets a chance at eeiu, but now that he's missed that, you think that the chances of him being able to foil the setup defensively of this post plan is likely not going to be all that high with an op. But how about this? Riku, steal, couple of nice shots, leaves eeiu in a corner. He misses timing onto Clear here, so these are just individual fights, and lockdown is in, but eeiu completely stays safe from Clear. And Koalanoob on the other side just was never predicted over towards Gong, so this lockdown will be destroyed, and there will not be time for a defuse. Boy, it was close from M80 to read this, and more importantly, John doesn't actually have any utility on the flank to keep this safe, so eeiu's not going to be a part of this hit as the lockdown's put in for the attack.
Yeah, there's really no way to stop it either just yet. Steel trying to flank. He's going to get caught by eeiu, and so just M80 has everything going their way. They confirm sight with lockdown, and they catch the flank. So now DSG is stalled on this retake, but Rolling Thunder might help it.
That Rolling Thunder is massive. Fault line behind it, though, and it's actually going to be the Hunter's Fury to completely stop this defense and play the clock. John through the middle of the map. Oh, big shot from Clear. And that all of a sudden kind of forces M80 to have to hit. The fault line does connect on all 3 defenders, actually. And that allows Koalanoob to start to make his move in. Shot's not neat initially, but through the cloud burst, he gets the kill onto XXiF. Secondary flash comes out. It's timed perfectly. Koalanoob, careful, brother. A little sloppy on it, but all that said, it's a from the shadows from Zander as the spike will re-wrap all the way back over towards A, leaving Riku in a 1v3, but he does have a rifle collected.
Be able to clear a little bit of it with the turret, as it is back into play, as well as maybe the alarm bot.
Just comes down to the timing of when you get through this dark cover. I mean, completely absent for any sort of information. This is all about just luck of the draw. He needs to guess the left.
Speaking positions-wise, Disguised are winning the chess match. But now it comes down to fragging. Zander able to get the immediate trade. C-site is wide open. Steel, though, holds onto the flanking position from long.
And that recon bolt kind of noodles its way out of the halls. I think that was supposed to go deeper than it was intended. Steel, oh, okay, 1 for 1's not bad. And still, you can see M80 are not 100% sure where Disguised are coming from. There's their follow-up recon bolt. Clear hits the opening shot. XXiF with the follow-up. And now John is by himself in a 1v3. Spike is dropped, and the angle being watched by Clear. But you have to remember also that Disguised looked pretty solid versus TSM on the offense. Shock Dart and eeiu with the Ghost is all it takes for first blood. It is traded. So we go to a very early 4v4.
Ring 2 is coming into play, so they're going to be forced to play retake here, as a Spike is going to come in. NiSMO not even really doing anything other than watching for a B link play.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, here it's going to stand, a 4-on-4 post plant.
And the fact that Disguised to get in the site without committing any utility is wholly good. Especially considering that XXiF has both flashes and his fault line available. Riku still has a nanostorm that they can place. This is all starting to trend towards Disguised. M80 coming in for the retake, though, very rapidly. It's going to be on NiSMO to kind of hit the trigger as far as when is the go call going to go. Paranoia going to stretch right across the site. Fault line there as well. Disguised in a little bit of trouble here, but a really good gravity well. That actually allows at least for a 1-for-1 trade. Zander, John just brute forcing their way in, and that's all it takes apparently. Right click because of the classic will win out the trade, and M80 will get the defuse. But Disguised are looking to get quickly into garage. There is a lot, and I mean a lot, of johnqt utility in their way if they commit through this. But no, it's just a little bit of a show of force, and then a backup over towards B. It's Koalanoob up top with the Bulldog. He's going to have a little bit of help from eeiu on the cross.
Stun is going to hit him, though. That allows him to start pouring out the smoke. He has to dash to Gong. johnqt, though, plays Guardian Angel to give him that opportunity. Now he can come back to the fight, and boy, does he.
Yeah, really clean stuff on the crossfire here from M80. And even though Disguised do make it a bit punishing, ultimately, the play is red. M80 survived through it, and tall ass.
Yeah, nope. I couldn't agree more with you, brother. It's going to be a tough one. And NiSMO gonna find Genghsta's dome right away. Clear, though, finds the kill at A lobby. And now, all of a sudden, a new option has been put on the table, as he's going to find A very open right now. And now Riku catches NiSMO getting aggressive middle. And so, all of a sudden, M80 may be overextending a little bit here. And Disguise has some options.
I'll say. This is a completely vacant A site, and M80 are feeling the pain of it. How about that? How a little shot connects onto Zander, so he's forced away. And now, Disguised have the advantage. I mean, M80 have to stack. There's really no other option.
They're going to guess correctly, though, man. Look at this. They're all converging onto the A side. Clear is the weakened target. Remember that. And johnqt finds it, and the other two are soft. No. They'll connect there as well.
Man. The deep sigh of Disguised fans everywhere. And what looked to be a very winnable round. Still not out of the realm of possibility. Steel with the Guardian could definitely do some special things, but he's running out of time. Has to also peek through the dark cover. eeiu's going to go advanced on this position. And how about that play from Steel? Now a 1v1. Looking for Zander very rapidly. No time for the plant. And no, Zander will not give him an option to get the kills. And M80 will get the 11th round. Steel hoping for a little bit of extra eco off M80, giving them a chance to fight back. There's been maybe 3 of those rounds in this map so far, as now Koalanoob, even after the fault line, going to get aggressive, and it works out. I mean, that is just the definition of Koalanoob, exactly.
Yes, I mean, I was about to say the same thing, dude. I mean, that he is a freak. He will do those things. He is that X factor that you can never quite totally account for. You know it's coming, you just don't know when and where. And he's able to pick up one for free there off that aggressive play. I like the response, though, from DSG. They're very quick to just kind of absorb that pressure and start hitting elsewhere. They're knocking on the door of C.
Oh, but John, opportunity here. Oh, boy. And M80, again, it's just, that is a 3v2 situation where if you win 1v1, not have to force a trade, things start to become very plausible. But now you're into a spike plant situation. No ultimates to play with. Rolling Thunder, not even close. Koalanoob hits another unbelievable shot. Last round by M80 are key ones. Onto Divide is going to be tossed in very early for Disguise, looking to maybe just brute force their way on towards B, but this is all a fake. That's actually going to bait out eeiu, who pulls the Hunter's Fury and then gets to read, wait a second, they're not actually coming this way, so he actually doesn't even throw the darts out at all. A bit puzzling to be sure. Spike is going to be planted, and now M80 have lost a key tool on the retake.
Yeah, again, this is Disguise. They're known for these nice little set pieces, these nice little pieces of brain work, but now they have to still hold off the retake. johnqt and Zander. Pinstripe goes to kill feed in their favor.
4v3. Koalanoob chewed up a bit by the nanostorm effects. Nova Pulse gets actually a lot of damage in. The concussive effects very punishing as NiSMO will drop, but eeiu Zander fighting back, leaving clear now in a 1v3 in total. Finds the first, avoids the shock darts. Koalanoob triggers. Cloud burst down, and there's the wide peak. Oh, another one of those rounds, man, where it's so close. But close. M80 is just a touch better.
Or are they?
Or are they? See a world where you can start to put together a couple of rounds in a row, and then we can really start to entertain the idea of a full-on comeback. Clear's already on site, by the way. Zander, I don't think expected that at all. Sitting inside of his dark cover, he has Clear pretty much on his right hip, just on the other side of the smoke. But once again, this is disguised in their cheekiness. Clear's in the site, and everyone else is wrapping in towards B, and they've got M80 trapped here inside a connector. Just comes down to, can they find the kills this time around? It's a 3-for-2 trade. All of it favoring M80. Rolling Thunder will find some value. Alarm Bot, though, makes XXiF a bit vulnerable, and that's all it needs for John to still finalize the kill, even while stunned.
That's tough because that was such a good Rolling Thunder. It hit everyone. It stunned everyone, and he's about to capitalize, and he gets stuck on the Killjoy utility. And so johnqt's still able to swat him away, and now it puts Genghsta in a very difficult 1v3 situation here. Yeah, he's got utility, but unfortunately, he can't really use Hunter's Fury because then it puts him out to play.
Defensive lockdown will also force him a bit off.
Yeah, this is tough.
Yeah.
I mean, he just has very little win conditions here.
Recon Bolt has to hit, and he's been revealed now. So now it's just down to, can you find the crossfire, the sentry turret? Nearly a key narrative point of this entire map. Pulled his attention just a little bit away from me, and how much value they get out of that utility on these executes that we're going to see. I guess in this instance, it'll be on retakes as M80 will be on the defense, Disguise on the attack. And the knife will actually suppress on the 2, but ultimately Disguise were just showing force and backing up.
Yeah, and make sure you have the numbers where they need to be, as it looks like it is going to be that B strong play. Immediately coming out here from DSG.
John just trying to wait until Zander needs to peek. Use the fault line as an opportunity to hopefully get him free first kill. Frenzy is in hand. There is that fault line. It does concuss a handful of players, but Genghsta stays away, and that's long enough for Clear to come out for the trade. Koalanoob also denied any re-entry, so the favor goes towards Disguise as the spike is planted. We have an early 3v2 here, and M80 are going to look to stack up. NiSMO still with some utility to play with.
Yeah, stuck in market. Clear still keeping tabs on it, but as his dash starts to fade, he will have to fall back, and now he's been suppressed.
John does get the first. That clears out the back of the site. So for Clear and Steel, it's just about trying to hang on to both of these outside areas. John gets one headshot cleared out by himself. Halfway defused, but Clear's going to get 4 in the pistol. Anytime. A lot of mid-aggression coming through. Spike's not a part of this play. Oh, Clear just gets a little bit handcuffed here at mid. Does get away, if only just barely. It does force the fragment out.
He doesn't want to give this up. I mean, they got some good map control here. I can understand why he wouldn't want to give it away. And now with that kill, they're going to start snapping on this market split to get to B.
Free route through the middle of the map. eeiu shutting down the initial threat, and this is going to actually pivot DSG back over towards A. NiSMO's down to 10 HP. That's his last utility spent as well. So XXiF, no fragment, plenty of flashes. Will get right through tree quickly. Does he get Zander in the corner, though? No, Zander good for 2 defensively. And how about the help? Key positions. They're going to trust that eeiu can get it done on the fade.
They just trust in playing retake, right? They got aggressive at A main. They don't have the Killjoy utility, so they just have to trust in their retake ability, which, again, they have a lot of initiation utility to do it. They don't even have to use it, though. They're already just getting frags into smoke.
There's nothing more painful, I think, than seeing that happen, and that foils your entire offense. Just team shots through smoke.
Ugh. Yeah. And Genghsta shredded too. So I mean, basically 2.5 men versus 5. And it's not that sitcom.
No.
Is that 3.5 men?
It's 2.5 men.
Okay, I had it. Okay, just making.
Yeah. What?
You
Riku? Close to 4 if NiSMO has a good round.
It's a good point. Again, they're playing this aggressive A setup because it wasn't spotted last round. Zander, bait and switch here with NiSMO, and, well, they get the better end of the deal. That's for sure.
Yep.
Yep.
Stinger, 1v3. Sniper watching the cross.
0-3. Got the operator, though, and, well, he's going to be doing Koalanoob things. We know that.
Oh.
My God, dude. That is so... If you're XXiF, you're tilted. You got to be. Like, that's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. And eeiu takes aggressive challenge, and then NiSMO. Oh, boy.
So, like, obviously, the first one you can't really calculate for, and maybe that starts putting in your head, hey, we have to go for something to equalize, but usually they're not one to just go out there and throw out 1v1 duels like that, and that's just not the way to play against M80. You know, like, they thrive in those moments. That's what they want. So I was a little bit taken back by that, but again, I think they just got shocked by that first pick.
I agree. Maybe one of those, like, knee-jerk reactions where you're just like, I feel like I have to make a trade happen just so we can actually see this round. Yeah.
It definitely puts you in a pickle. There's no doubt about it. Unfortunately, every single response was swatted away. Only one has fallen for M80. That's eeiu. Now it's just Steel left with low HP, and they got eyes on this cross. They're trying to be a little bit more cautious. They have to battle up against a couple of Astra Stars here right at the doorway. Guns trained right on them. johnqt ready to pop when he's needed.
Can I use that?
Cosmic Divide will allow an opportunity. Zander just peeks right through it, using his own gravity well. You also have the Haunt that's there. Oh, again. You would be hard-pressed, again, just based on the weaponry, to assume that Disguise was going to be able to wrap in towards mid. Null Command is out, clear, hoping to burst through the doors, and oh, the fault line play is so good from John. Once again, it completely stifles the entire hit from Disguised. John will back in towards site. eeiu in a little bit of trouble here at the defensive side spawn, but avoids the nano and the shock dart. Rolling Thunder's now out. John's trying to spam through the boxes. Time's becoming a bit of an issue here. 10 seconds to go. Disguise don't even have the spike on towards site at the moment. Still waiting for the lockdown to come through. eeiu's holding on the cross. Spike should come down successfully, but Disguised are left with just the last three members. Nightfall is out, and M80 want to go quick. Knife is here. Retake on the way. Fragment also clearing things out. Cloudburst over the top. NiSMO follows up. Genghsta gets one, trying to hold on from the back. He actually takes that a second. eeiu is being suppressed by XXiF in the corner, but just as he gives up the angle, the swing comes through. XXiF, the 1v1. Oh, he's off to the classic. It's pistol on Shorty, and eeiu gets 3 in the round for the retake.
Oh my goodness, that was actually down to the wire, my man. I didn't know which way for him.
Man, what a round. And another one that's going to come up a bit heartbreak here as M80 once more just set play aggression towards a long. Genghsta responds with a very early Hunter Fury, though, so that's going to lead us to a 3v3. Look at the respect here from Disguised. Nanostorm in the corner, Recon Bolt deep. That will be enough information for M80 to start to transition their defense over towards B. They're going to have to play retake again, though.
30 seconds
and as
left.
Clear lives up to his namesake, wipes out any potential threat through backside archway. Spike will be planted in the corner. Prowler's not going to see too much, but it does give a little bit of clarity. Haunt over the top. That will be deleted very quickly.
Hurt both
Second
guns.
Prowler out. Now it's just down to how do you get in through Genghsta in that same tricky position, and a double stack here at hallway. Flash out. Koala still needs to clear space. They don't know what's over towards mid-market at the moment. And they're not even going to guess towards this back alleyway. This is going to be an advantage here for Disguise on this cross. And yeah, Riku tees up. eeiu, last one left, nothing.
From M80. Great aggression, one-way smoke, getting them forward with it, and then they just run a guy down with the fault line.
Oh, Fragment pushes Koalanoob off the angle, but eeiu's in the corner at Boathouse. Nobody clears out the switch. And that kill is a huge difference maker in the not just the numbers, but also the setup around this B site. XXiF is hoping for a plant, but Prowler's going to scout out clear. Second one will come through. And then the Cosmic Divide will block off the archway. But Genghsta, long lurk through mid. This timing is actually really solid as the spike is down. Clear's also going to make sure that he gets the read, that everyone's going over through the sidewalk. XXiF gets one. So now down to a 3v2. And you know that spike is planted on the backside, so you can maybe even spam it. Shock dart out. eeiu shuts down Genghsta. NiSMO's just going to stick this behind the cover of the Cosmic Divide. You also have the null command from XXiF. And that may be the trigger call on hitting this. Koalanoob avoids the first flash, but misses this first shot. Fragment keeps him out of the picture early, and that's going to immediately allow the spike to get on tour for a plant.
Yeah, Koalanoob was kind of spoiled for choice on that one there, just seeing all too much and couldn't pick a single target, so no opening pick found. It's going to have to be the 5-on-5 retake. Steel, though, gets caught out in middle trying to cut off rotations, which now gives the advantage over to M80. XXiF pops the ult, Bladestorm still up for clear, so they're trying to hold firm on the site, but M80 now start to close in with their own null command.
Yeah, clear getting taken out. Oh, man. How much of a difference maker is that one single 1v1 with Steel over towards hallway? M80 with numbers, XXiF doing what he can, and it's impressive to say the least, but in a 1v5, there's only so much hope and only so many shots with the Sheriff he was able to use. So NiSMO will secure the defuse, and M80 will get to their 8th, but like we mentioned, if Disguise...
Which tips the advantage back over to M80 right when they need it the most.
Wow, look at this play. Flash, Nightfall, Koalanoob trying to get in, but Riku denies. Aftershock will push Riku out into the open, and eeiu will secure the trade, plus maybe more. Clear wants to try to test this. Cosmic Divide is already out for the offense, but the spike is down. So it's a bit of a puzzling call, and now M80 are going to just kind of hold and surround. Mid-map, though, XXiF opens up a doorway through the side, and there may be an opportunity here for Disguise to just win this off of kills without even needing to get the spike.
Yeah, M80 are kind of forced now to just keep playing this out aggressively, but eeiu's making it work somehow despite 18 HP. johnqt with reinforcing fire from the back line, and Zander keeping tabs on middle wins out against XXiF, and just when you thought things were going wrong, M80 reels it back in with just brute force.
Man, dude, it's just so many things that you could maybe even chalk to just bad luck if you're disguised.
That's fair.
So many shots through smokes. Genghsta is completely... I mean, he's got no chance of getting out of here, surely.
So much utility. I mean...
Pixel by pixel is making his way forward. And then Riku just tries to pull a little bit of an idea. And now Classic's at long range. You don't feel good about that. The fragment's going to make life very hard. Although... I
like that peek, though, from XXiF.
Yeah, me too.
That was really well coordinated.
SMG picked up, but Spike is down. And eeiu is going to take over the defensive halls, and, well, I don't know how you even get a chance to get this Spectre a chance here.
Now they're going to just overwhelm with numbers. This is what M80 does so well. Like, once they get that space, they just overwhelm it with numbers to where as soon as you try to check back for a trade, there's 3 people staring at you.
Well, Steel.
Sure.
One where the ice cream smiles, not haunts my dreams.
Thank you.
M80 looking to get aggressive here at A long. Trades still somehow favor them, even with the gravity well in play, and just full reveal afterwards. I will say the M80 utility that was pretty absent on this map versus the guard has hit in a major way here in this first round of the face-off.
I mean, this and how they layer it so well. There's just never a gap without something being thrown at you. Straight from Fragment to Aftershock to Flash on this Heaven rotation here from DSG. They just cannot get space.
Riku trying for it. And I will say here,
the Hawaii.
Remember the spam conversation?
Yeah, remember that?
I remember that. And, hey, we weren't wrong about that.
Exactly.
Clear, good first blood. Steel looking to follow up. Man, Steel has not won many gunfights today. Zander's able to punish not just him, but a second spike will be placed. And as the door is shut, not just on tree, similar one starts to fall, possibly on the fate of Disguised. Yep. Just down to 1. And it's that aforementioned player of Riku. Guardian in. Good shot on NiSMO. That was the full HP contestant now. So now you're just down to 5 health if you're Zander. And how about the shots from Riku? Well placed, well found. DSG stay alive.
Zander's like, you got to pick how you want to go. You want to go to the turret? You want to go down to Riku? So, I mean, DSG know that hasn't been taken just yet. M80 starting to approach it now while NiSMO tries to put some pressure over at Tree. Misses the knife he was looking for, but it still gets in here, still fragments to cross, and is definitely still threatening the look of an A-split. But XXiF with that flash will battle it back, and the lockdown will be used to fortify the opposing site. They've read this like a book.
Sure did. Genghsta gets the first blood as well. Koalanoob not allowed an entryway, but Genghsta is stuck in. The follow-up on Riku is good. So the defenders on B are cleared out. Comes at a bit of a cost, though. M80 will get the spike planted, and you still have NiSMO on a super long flank, which I will say, if you're Disguised, you cannot lose tabs of this. And they've lost tabs of it. Clear gets picked in the corner. Now Steel has to hold his ground. How does NiSMO get that? And then the final one comes across his screen as well. Oh, not like that.